I think we're live. Are we live, everyone? Yes, we are. What is up, everybody? I should say, what is up, everybody? I guess you could say that. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new stream, and that is right. We are live with a brand new stream. That is right. The first stream since the mini Christmas break, or whatever you want to call it. I hope everyone had a great Christmas. I certainly had one myself. Today, we are doing a new stream, this time a live discussion on the redistricting chaos that is still unfolding, because guess what? Redistricting is happening, and there's several questions about several critical states when it comes to redistricting. And really, these could fundamentally change the outcome of next year. You know, just one or two districts here and there, bam, you potentially have the entire house flipping. Now, before we continue today's stream, I hope you enjoy these type of streams. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $1 a month, you can join Real American. This is the best way to support the daily content that we all know and love. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. And like usual, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, whatever, or just want to support the channel even further, the best way to send a super chat via, well, the chat. Again, I'll try to read through the chat, but usually I get through all the super chats during the stream. And again, I'll try to read through chats, but all support's greatly appreciated, and yeah. Alright, everybody. And we already got a super chat, or no. Siratan has been a member for 6 months. Keep up the good work and join the streams. Thank you. I try to do streams, you know, every weekday. Kinda took a break because Christmas and all of that, but we're back, you know, for what is gonna be a gauntlet of a year. Before I even start this stream with the redistricting stuff, I want to be clear with everybody. The next year is gonna be a gauntlet of streams, so support the channel, join, subscribe, all that good stuff, because, let's face it, you're probably gonna see me streaming basically every day. Like I already have before, but potentially more. Because there's a lot of stuff going on. It's going to be a very chaotic cycle and all that. So, support the channel. Yay, it's appreciated. So, alright. We got to talk about redistricting and... Oh, wait. Hold up. What? Let's see. I'm sorry, folks. We got breaking news. What? Hold on. Is that real? It looks like we got some breaking news related to Vivek Ramaswamy. Hold up. Gotta pull this up. Is this real? Buckle up, everyone. Hold on, chat. We may have some breaking news. No! It always happens when it comes to my streams. Every freaking time there's breaking news. You can't make this up. Vivek Ramaswamy breaking. Vivek Ramaswamy's campaign stops old TV ad spending less than a month before Iowa and New Hampshire. Are you freaking kidding me? Not even 5 minutes, and we basically have a bombshell. Somebody in these campaigns are watching my streams and waiting. We're gonna do nothing. Look at this. Vivek Ramaswamy is stopping all ad spending. Okay. Is he going to drop out? I'm starting to wonder. Usually when a campaign does that, they're about to drop out. Well, Trump's going to go up 5 points. Yeah. Hold on. I'm going to read this article. What? Why would he stop all ad spending? Press Fs. Vivek Ramaswamy's presidential campaign has stopped spending money in TV ads. It does not have any TV ad reservations booked, according to his campaign data from ad tracking firm. As recently as the first full week of December, the GOP's entrepreneur spent more than $200,000 on TV ads. Blah, blah, blah. Last week it spent just $6,000. Okay. Well, looks like he's packing it up. We are focused on bringing out the voters we have identified. Best way to reach them is using adjustable advertising, mail, text, live calls, and or to communicate with our voters on Vivek's vision for America. So this just sounds like, yeah, this is not going to last much longer. When they're starting to talk like that means they're going to put whatever they got left and just get their votes out. Because they realized, okay, the TV ads are not doing anything. Well, trying to do something with the ground game with less than 3 weeks ago till Iowa. God, it's that short away. It's only 3 weeks. Yeah. So, 3 weeks away. I think this is just a Hail Mary. They're trying to get something going before Iowa. And they're realizing the advertisements not really doing anything. So, what chance he stays until Iowa? He should. But this might be a sign that's Jover. It's just sad. So now what for Vivek? There's a good chance he drops out now. Yeah, it's 20 days until Iowa, I believe. Yeah, 20 or 21. Vivek did great, just not his time, yeah. I mean, he ran in the same lane as Trump, and it worked for a while, but then Trump got the base united behind him. I mean, if Trump wasn't at 60%, Vivek would probably be in a good situation, but sadly, he's not able to do much because Trump's already filled that lane. Just, you can't out Trump. Vivek tried, he tried to be something different, I'll give him that, but it wasn't his time. It sucks because I like Vivek, but it's officially Jover. Vivek for VP. I don't think it's going to be Vivek. I like Ramaswamy, but I just doubt it. Endorse Trump. That's what's going to happen, probably. He's going to endorse Trump, right away. Hell, he's not going to endorse Haley. He's not going to endorse who? Freaking, Chris Christie? When he called him fat on stage. I don't think it's going to happen. I just think he's going to endorse, Trump and be done with it. And also, he's trying to get in the cabinet, so that's more realistic that, hey, this is just an audition for the cabinet position. I just don't see him being the VP. Duster Carter for 2. We talked Wisconsin and Georgia maps. Georgia maps accepted. Yeah, so let's get into the redistricting stuff. We're going to go based on CBS's order for things. And they have a weird order. God, they're going to start with New York, then go to Alabama. Okay, well. So yeah, we'll talk Wisconsin and Georgia in a minute. We're going to go in order of what CBS has. Because I want to see if there's any updates on some stuff. Alright, so. Redistricting is happening basically everywhere. You have New York, North Carolina, Alabama, Louisiana's a big lawsuit. Shit's hitting the fan. And let's face it. The House will be decided in the coming weeks. Let's not pretend that this is not going to impact anything. If Republicans get screwed in redistricting, especially New York, it's over. But if they hold the line a little bit, there's a possibility they win. So, let's get with New York. Made up of 15 Democrats and 11 Republicans. New York's congressional delegation could see changes to its makeup after the state's highest court ordered an independent redistricting commission to redraw the district lines earlier this month. Though the state constitution directs the bipartisan panel to craft voting maps, the Democratic-controlled legislators' final approval under state law, and new congressional boundaries could give Democrats an edge in up to 6 districts currently held by Republicans. This is misleading. People are just misunderstanding what the court said and what the law of New York is. Yes, the legislator has final say, but there is a big but in New York. The commission has to come up with something. And if the legislator denies both the maps, the legislator can change the redistricting maps, the commission's map, but they can only change up to 2%. That's it. That's what, 15,000 people in each district? That's all they can do. So they can do slight adjustments. That's not going to fundamentally change the map. So whatever the commission comes up with, unless they don't come up with anything, that's probably going to be what the map is. And who knows? All you need is one dino to give us a Jewish district in New York that's going to be Republican to make up for Santos' seat. I don't get why people are assuming this map is automatically going to be a Hochulmander. So, it's not going to happen. They're not going to get a Hochulmander. That doesn't mean a gerrymander isn't happening. It just means, hey, we're not going to see what Hochul tried to push. Remember, you need 7 out of 10 votes to submit a map. If they deadlock, they most likely submit 2 maps, one of which being the Hochelander. Well, not necessarily. They don't, I mean, not necessarily the Hochelander. They just got to, commissioners agree with something. So, that's what it comes down to, and if the commission comes up with a good map for us, that's a good sign for us, maybe. Just make a deal with them. Give them Santos' seat, like, make a D plus 20, and in return, we get a seat in Southern New York, or where is it? Is it in Queens? No, where? Which district would which borough would the Jewish district be in? Either way, just do that. And then at that point, it's like, Democrats gain nothing out of the whole ordeal. In fact, probably helped us a little bit. Also, IRC only has one chance since they count the first proposal in 2022 as their first. Did they actually propose something? Brooklyn, yeah, thank you. It's Brooklyn. So, I don't see them getting, like, 20 Democrats. I highly doubt that. They may get, like, 17 or 18, but 20? Don't think so. Yeah, Brooklyn, thank you. Brooklyn, yeah. South Brooklyn District can be R plus 10. Yeah, that's what I meant. So, that's what I'm saying. It's, if they do something like that, I'm going to laugh. You know, all that crap they were talking, that's going to be a Hochelander. If they do that, justice served. Godsmack Era 69 for 5. Hey, Rap, I hope you had a Merry Christmas, my friend. I did. Sorry I couldn't get you an autograph from Blake Masters, Lee Zeldin, but I'll try next year. It's fine. You know, I don't look for signature stuff. That's, you know, if you want to collect it, go ahead, but I'm not one of those people that are into that stuff. You know, I'm grateful that Masters follows me, but, you know, that's fine. If Dems don't give Jewish minorities a district, they could shut up about racism. Well, they don't care. They don't care. Yeah, it's Brooklyn. Their purpose is splitting up the Jewish and Asians because they're trending right. Yeah. That's what's happening. And they talk about racism when they do the same crap. No, they do the crap they claim Republicans do, I should say. Because Republicans would never do something like that. Let's be real. Especially, you know, most GOPs outside of, like, Tennessee. You know, they're cowards. They would never do something like that. What New York Dems tried to do. Rapples, remember the 2% is adjusting the maps the commission proposed, not the district or place. I know. But if the commission comes up with, like, a good map for us, they can't do anything. Thoughts that conservatives moving to Idaho en masse. I saw that. So much for that theory. The theory that, oh, they're going to make a third district that's safe Democrat. That's probably not going to happen. Anti-gerrymandering party when Asian neighborhoods start moving right. Yeah. Suddenly you're going to see Democrats be like, no, that's different, you know. We could split them. That's fine. But all right. New York, I really don't think it's wait and see, but if they try to Hochelander, I think it backfires. I think a court says no. That's my theory on New York, that the Court of Appeals is going to say, no, you're not going to try to pull the crap you did. Let the commission do its job, which let's hope they do a good job, and we should be fine. Prince Rider for 5. Hope you had a Merry Christmas, Rap. Here's to a fantastic 2024. The Rasmussen pulled a big lull for the Sims. Yeah, I did have it tied with Christie. Hold on, RCP 2024. God, I hate how RCP changed their graphics. It was fine. Why did they have to change it? I don't get why all these, like, websites and companies, they oversimplify stuff. Like, this is garbage. I'm not going to show it on stream because it gives me an eyesore, but it's just awful. Yeah, he's tied with Chris Christie, but I call bullshit that Trump's only at 51 and Ramaswamy's at 1%. Yeah, you're out of your minds for saying that. But yeah, it's kind of funny he's tied with Christie. Democrats really tried burning down the Christmas tree in Manhattan. I don't think people are ready for the shift that is coming to New York. What was that about, by the way? Who tried to burn it down? I saw I didn't find out who it was. Does anybody know who tried to do that in New York? Was it Palestine protesters? I honestly don't know. Yeah, new RCP graphics suck. Whoever did that should be fired immediately. I mean, who decided, oh yes, we have to simplify RCP? That's been around for 20 years. It was fine. The poll the Chris profile picture mentioned is real amount. I know. Rappy, if you stream at 3 a.m. in the morning, you'll get breaking news. Yeah, if I did that, we would get like Russia invades, frickin' Turkey or something crazy. What are the odds of a great disenfranchisement where white working class turnout drops to 0 until the next Trump comes around if we lose in 2024? Possibly. You could see that, Bunch of working class voters say, screw this. Trump was our best shot. We're not going to vote. I could see that. But all right. So New York, I just don't get how people say it's automatically going to be 30 or 27 Democrat seats or whatever. 26. The climate activists put the orange powder on a Christmas tree. God, why? Don't they care about the environment, so they're going to try to tear down a tree? It just sounds like a parody. You put on a tree? What? That's what happened? I don't get some of these people. It's like, oh yes, we're going to block a highway. Surely that's going to make people happy with us. All right, North Carolina. This is the only reason Republicans have a good shot at winning the House next year. These guys, one of the only Republican parties to have balls of steel. These guys said, F you, we're doing whatever we want. This map is beautiful. The state's Republican-controlled legislature adopted a new congressional map in October that could bolster the party's effort to maintain its House majority. I mean, the district was perfect. I mean, you have 7 Democrats and 7 Republicans. This map, all right, caused 3 Democrats already to retire in safe Republican seats. That's 3 automatic flips. And that one, who's in it, Don Davis? That Democrat-leaning district that does, in fact, follow the VRA. Now, what, according to leftists, they don't, but the law says so. Guess what? That district is one of the most Republican trending in the entire country. I mean, look at Ted Budd's result. He did 10 points better in that district? This was a glorious gerrymander. So even the Democrat seats, they made it where it was trending right. You could gain up to 4 seats. Now, I doubt the lawsuit's going to change much because North Carolina Republicans were smart. They're like, the map's exactly, the demographics are the same. In North Carolina first, I believe it is. What are you going to do about it? You're going to say it was illegal beforehand, even though the court said it was fine? China president was talking about Taiwan reunification happening soon. Does that mean that China's going to invade Taiwan soon? Possibly. That's bad. When you have the Chinese president saying stuff like that, and I know they kind of do this thing every year, but the way Xi Jinping was talking, that's not good. They might actually go into Taiwan, which, oh boy. That's a national security risk. For those that don't know, where do you think we get our conductors from? Is it conductors? Right? Or is it batteries? What does Taiwan produce? Yeah, it's chips. Yeah, the chip industry, I should say. Semiconductors. If we lose Taiwan, that's over 60% of the world's semiconductors China has. So it's one of those things where that's a disaster waiting to happen. I don't care that, it's ran by woke people or whatnot. That is a national security risk. Yeah, it's semiconductors. Thank you. I thought it was like batteries, but no, it's China. Semiconductors. Are they? I've talked to a couple people that they said what I just said. I hope you're right. What? So yeah, we're gonna see a lot of shit go down potentially in China, which is bad. We do not want that. I mean, when was the last time you had a major war in the Middle East, in Europe, in Asia, and potentially South America at the same time. Can somebody look that up? Because what's happening in Venezuela, shit may go down. Not 100% certain, but it still may go down. But, alright, you still got something in the Middle East. You got Russia and Ukraine. Now potentially China and Taiwan? Not good. Prince and Writer for 5. People always talk about Florida, New York in 2022 being a red wave, ignoring that North Carolina elected Bud, flipped the Supreme Court and gave supermajorities in sane Congress. Yeah, North Carolina was an under-talked about red wave. It didn't translate to the House because how they drew the maps, but there was a red wave in North Carolina. I mean, they killed Democrats in the Supreme Court. They took over the state legislature. So, yeah. Ben 6 for 10. I think the public in China may be angrier at their government than we think. Z may be pushing hard to try to win over public support. I would be surprised by that. Because there's a lot of smart people, way smarter than me. They talked about this for years now. China's a ticking time bomb, economically. Their economic systems are not sustainable. And, with everything that's going on over there, I could see it. I could see the public in China not being happy with the government. I'm not saying they're going to revolt or anything, but a lot of smart people are saying that system's not sustainable. Because you need cheap labor and people in China are getting wealthier. A lot faster than expected. So, Charlie Howard for 2. I hope we keep North Carolina red for the foreseeable future. I think we are. Democrats are not putting much effort in the state for some reason next year. Plus, we already have a trifecta, essentially. I mean, whoop-de-doo. If we win the governorship, we just get the best in the country in Mark Robinson. If we don't, we still got a Republican, essentially, because a state legislator. So, yeah. I think North Carolina is a red state now. Or at least leaning Republican. If Mark Robinson wins, though, yeah, it's a safe state. Or not safe state, it's a Republican state. Trump now leads with 7 out of 7 swing states according to the latest morning consult polls. Yeah, I saw that. China's invading Taiwan. They might, there is an opening for it now with how weak we are. Plus we have an election coming. So if they're going to do it, it would be this year. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if they were to do it, it would probably happen within the next year or so. Which not be good. Not good at all. Trump now leads. Read that. Did you see the poll with Trump 46, Biden 43 in the Daily Mail poll? I saw that. Who conducted it? Anybody have a clue who conducted that poll? Because I haven't been able to find it. Unless I'm just a smooth brain. Which is possible, but Taiwan is not Ukraine. Taiwan is an actual military. Well, plus Taiwan is an actual interest in the United States. It's a national security risk if China invades it. So, I'm not saying, start World War III over it, but they have a much more legitimate reason to pour resources into Taiwan. Because we lose Taiwan, it's a big problem for us. J-Law poll. Can Republicans win a 2/3 majority in the Wisconsin State House next year? It's possible, but with the shenanigans are pulling the Supreme Court, with redistricting, maybe not. World War II had a front in Egypt, the USSR, and China in the Pacific in the same time. Yeah. That's the last time I could think of it. Maybe the early 50s, because you had the Korean War. No, nothing in Europe. I mean, I think you had a... Yeah, never mind. It was World War II. Last time we had a war in, Europe, the Middle East, or I guess Africa, technically, but... in Asia at the same time. Not good. I'm glad North Carolina will probably stay red, but I think Wake County, North Carolina will never vote red again. Oh, yeah, no. That county's gone. Most of the triangle is, but thankfully a lot of people moving to the state are Republicans, so. What do you think of Speaker Johnson stopping all Ukraine aid until next year at the very least? Proves he's not a hack. He knows what he's doing. I mean, if China wants to invade Taiwan, now is the best time for them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying if they really wanted to, they would invade them now. Because we're at our weakest point in many years. Just militarily, leadership-wise, everything. Do we have anything going for us right now? We're a joke on the freaking foreign policy. Is there one positive thing Biden has done on foreign policy that hasn't made him look like a complete clown? And I don't like Biden, but I don't want the president to fail like this because this is bad. What's going to happen in China possibly? Possibly it's South Korea. Well, North Korea always tries to do it, but yeah, you get the point. All right, so North Carolina, I doubt much changes. Does anybody disagree with that? Does anybody disagree with North Carolina being essentially a red state that's much closer than it should be politically? That's how I see North Carolina. I mean, it has a Supreme Court that's super Republican. The state legislators, super majorities. You basically have control of every statewide office, except the governorship. So, at least 2 lawsuits have been filed challenging the new lines, but like somebody said in chat, I think the filing deadline already passed. So, we're just going to say North Carolina is whatever. It's not going to change. North Carolina is the next Florida. I could see it. Now, Alabama. This one, in my opinion, is a disgrace. What they pulled here. They are abusing Section 2, and this is what I'm saying. Section 2 in concept was a good idea, especially in the 50s and 60s, and maybe parts of the 70s. But what it has evolved into is essentially, we're going to racially gerrymander the country. That was never the intention of Section 2. Section 2 was, hey, there's a lot of shit that's going down in the South in the 60s. Let's just make sure that black voters get an opportunity to actually, vote, get some kind of representation. It made sense then. You cannot seriously tell me we have the same level of racism as the 60s or the 50s. It's just absurd. And people still believe that. They actually believe, oh, America's the most racist country in the world. Go to the 60s. It's just unbelievable. Section 2, you could disagree with it, made sense in the 60s, at least kind of. Now it doesn't. Dusty Carter for 2. North Carolina has been red-leaning since 2012, now it's redder. Yeah. Sam Madsen for 5. Why do you think rural North Carolina took a lot longer to realign than the rest of rural South? That's a good one. Huh. Honestly, that one's tricky. But North Carolina's always been a bit more like ancestrally Democrat, Even, I'm not saying every southern state was, but North Carolina lingered the most. So, I actually don't know. That's actually a really good question I should do some research on. That's always, now that I think about it, why is that? Yeah, I guess it is part of the Upper South, so that's probably why. But still, it's a fascinating question I can do some research on. Charlie Howard for 5. I live in Wake County, North Carolina, but I really want to move to one of the surrounding red counties like Johnston or Harnett. Well, if it's cheaper, more affordable, and safer, do it. Don't force yourself to live in a city because, that's the real life or whatever. It's like, just live wherever you want to live. If you think it's best for you, live there. If it's affordable. Which it probably is, so. Every section, is there a challenge to the VRA or at least Section 2? Section 2, yes, there is a challenge. We'll get to that. Russia winning in Ukraine is bad news for Joe Biden. Yeah, I'll put it like this. If Ukraine loses, I'm not talking about, they lose more territory, they full-blown collapse. There's been some rumblings of people not being happy over there. If that happens, let me tell you, there's a lot of people that would not be happy with Biden, that we spent all that money, all those resources for that. And it'll also destroy many narratives about wait a minute, we spent how much and they held on a bit longer than expected, but if they full-blown collapse and Russia gets everything they wanted and then some, That would vindicate a lot of people. Dustin Carter for 2. You should look up voting blocks of the Solid South. I should. The Appalachian parts of North Carolina and Tennessee were always more Republican than the rest of the South. Yeah. I guess that's fair. Like, that part of the South was always a bit more Republican. Tennessee's an ancestrally Democratic Southern state as well. So yeah, there were parts of North Carolina that were always Republican. So I guess there was less votes then, compared to other Southern states. That makes sense. The GOP needs to recreate the Solid South. Well, the Solid South, if I'm not mistaken, that was just the former Confederate states, right? Yeah. I mean, you basically got them all except Virginia, so... And kind of Georgia, but I have some questions about that one. But alright. So now we got Alabama, which again, Section 2 is a joke. I'm getting sick and tired of these assholes abusing what was meant to be, in my opinion, a temporary solution. In the 60s. You really telling me, in the year of 2023, when if you were caught, purposely, saying bad stuff about certain minority groups, you would automatically be expelled, banished to the Shadow Realm, everything. You really think they purposely gerrymandered the maps to screw over black people? That's absurd. Why do people actually think that happens still? Why? When funny enough, we know which party was doing that for 100 years. Democrats. And with poor whites, with African Americans, every minority group, but let's just forget that. Republicans are cowards. They won't have the balls to even try that, let alone it's stupid. To gerrymander based on race? I don't get it. I just don't get this idea that it's some secret conspiracy where they're trying to, get rid of black voters. It's like, no. That's what geography is. That's called demographics. I mean, you could draw a clean map in Alabama that, it's not really gerrymandered. It'll be all Republican. Well, you can make a majority minority district while keeping more seat Trump friendly. Yeah, I know that, but they didn't try that. That was stupid. But who knows? It's definitely one of those things in Alabama where they're trying to make it sound like, this is some 1960s style racism, which it's not. It's just, hey, they redrew the maps that were legal 10 years ago, but suddenly not. But whatever. I don't get why people to this day still think that America is an inherently racist country when we're not. I don't get that. Someone has to explain this to me. Why this is still... Other than they want power. Other than that, if they actually think this is a conspiracy, they're idiots. The only thing they want is power. Literally just make a district like 49% black that is only D+1 low. Oh, you could try that, but the courts throw it out. So, doesn't really matter. Because now, according to them, you need to include white liberals. I saw that. I think it was Arkansas Arkansas. Some bozo said, well, you see, just because you drew every possible African American in this district, you're not counting white liberals into the mix, so it's illegal. You can't make this stuff up. Now they're saying white liberals are a minority or protected group. That's always been the problem with racially gerrymandering districts. It causes this garbage, endless slope that never ends. White liberals are considered a protected group. That defeats the whole purpose of Section 2. Or whatever. It's stupid, but hey, that's what Democrats believe, and they think it's all racism, not just, hey, they just want to redistrict a favorable map, not because of race. Whatever. Whatever, you can say what you want. It's stupid, it's happening, but Republicans did nothing about Section 2, so they really can't say anything. We should, but we haven't. We need to drop brain-dead districts and just have House members elect by insane popular vote like in Europe. No stupid gerrymander from either side would happen then. Well, just have, what's it called, there's, one system where they keep districts but have, some proportional voting. Something that I could see, but yeah, gerrymandering's bad. But it goes both ways, not just one way. It should not be based on race. It should be based on, hey, are communities of interest kept together? Such as voters of Birmingham should be in the district with voters of Birmingham. Not split 15 ways to make a Democrat seat or whatever. That's all I'm saying, right? Just draw districts based on communities of interest, and that's it. Is there a chance that Virginia could come back into the fold in the near future, or at least competitive? I think it'll be closer than 2020, but outside that, no. Now, Georgia. Listen. Republicans in Georgia, they have completely exposed how incompetent Democrats, how much they truly care about minority voters, Democrats do. They don't. Because here's what Georgia Republicans did. They were told, draw another majority-minority district. You know what they did? They did the exact thing the court ordered. They just drew a district of Lucy McBath in, I think it was Georgia's 5th or whatever. Either way. Drew her into a majority black district. Suddenly, that's not legal. These guys are like, wait a minute. You told us you want a majority-minority district, not draw another Democrat seat. We did exactly what you said. Suddenly now, it's a problem. And funny enough, the lawmakers and the courts are saying you did what you said. And I think the map is going to stand. Can you just imagine, though, you ask for another majority-minority district, fail to understand you could do that without flipping a seat, suddenly it's a big problem. It shows you how, just flat out, how little they care about minority voting rights. They talk about it all the time, but they really don't. If they would be fine. They would be focusing on, getting majority black districts. But when it happens, but it does give them a benefit, suddenly it's not good enough. This is what every GOP should do. Add black Dem districts like Dems want, and then take away white Dem districts. Yeah, just do it. What are you going to do? You wanted that district. Here you go. But suddenly it's a problem? Let's see. So Georgia, I think every statewide party should try to do this. If it's a majority whatever district, and they ask for another one, just draw a majority white Democrat district into it. Go ahead. Sue it then. It would look ugly, but that's exactly what they wanted. But, I don't know. There's a chance the courts may say it's illegal or some BS, which, again, defeats the purpose of Section 2, but whatever. It's possible. We gotta see. Who will replace Kemp after he's term limited? Burt Jones, hopefully. The lieutenant governor. He's very good. Very good. Now, this is the one everyone wants me to talk about. Louisiana. This, in my opinion, is the most important lawsuit of them all. You talk about what could very well decide the House, this one will. Louisiana in the past have been trying to sue Section 2 into oblivion, especially in the recent couple months. There's a possibility they may drop this because Landry's become the governor. But if we get Section 2 got at least diluted a little bit to make it where, hey, you can't even sue it for Section 2, only attorney generals can, Louisiana's a case to do it. Louisiana's the case to do it. You have a question you want me to answer? Rap, how anti-LGBTQ do you think Gen Z and Gen Alpha will be going forward? I don't think they're going to be publicly anti-LGBT or whatever, but there might be some annoyance from them more than usual compared to other generations, but yeah. But Louisiana's a case to watch out for. If we win this case and Section 2's gutted, Jeff Landry would be already my favorite governor of the country because he would be the one that would have gotten rid of Section 2, at least partially. Can you just imagine, though, they try to sue Louisiana, but the courts say, wait, you can't even sue this. It's not, you don't have the power to do that. That might be the way forward. Say, no one can sue it except attorney generals, because here's what's happening. They get these private organizations ran by Mark Elias. They sue every map. They're a private organization, whatever. They sue every single map. There's a possibility they can't do that anymore. You know, it's possible. And even if you make the Louisiana maps more Democrat favorable, you can still make it R+5. Letlow seat, I think it is, right? Yeah. But you just start looking at the rest of the maps. Like the other ones don't really matter. Florida, South Carolina. These really don't matter. Okay? These other ones, they're not going to change probably that much. But Louisiana's the one to watch out for. So, what do you guys think about that? Do you think Section 2 gets overturned? Let me actually do a poll, a straw poll. What do you think happens with Section 2? Completely overturned. Because if it's partially overturned, I'll take it. You know, it's not everything we wanted, but it stops some of the crap. Talk about black men, Latinos of both genders are equally trending red. Yeah, we haven't seen it, but I want to see a bit more of it. Because I don't know how much of that's a fluke or not, because of turnout. We gotta see, though. Nothing changes. I'm very interested to see what everybody says. Godsmack Era 69 for 10. It's a shame that Vivek is likely to drop out soon. I'm still Team Big Orange, but I think Ramaswamy's campaign has been a net positive for the populist movement by bringing in younger voters. Absolutely. Vivek, I don't know if he was told by Trump to run. I don't really care because, in my opinion, he's been a net positive. He's showing you can go to, like, TikTok and convince voters, hey, Democrats are wrong here. You should join the GOP. And whatnot. But yeah, I think Vivek's a net positive. So I'm thankful for him. I think he did bring some unique policy positions to the table, but it just wasn't his time. He's too young. Yeah. I'm gonna see, though. Most people are saying partially overturned, which I agree with. I think there's a chance Section 2 gets overturned partially. Gotta see, though. Louisiana should reference Illinois into the gerrymander case and say, if you accept Illinois, then North Carolina, Louisiana, Georgia, Alabama are fine. Well, to be fair, we're talking about racially gerrymandering stuff. That's the difference here, all right? Republicans are claimed of racially gerrymandering. Democrats are claimed of politically gerrymandering, or, yeah. So it is different cases, but, yeah. Why no one, I mean, I know the court said you can't really sue that, but I really wish that we could have seen some lawsuits on Illinois, like real ones. That was a disgrace what they pulled. So yeah, 67% of people said partially overturned, which I kind of agree with. Do you think North Korea is justified in having nukes for self-defense if a nut job like Biden could take over the U.S. anytime? No. Because North Korea is not a beacon of freedom or anything. So I don't think that would be a good idea. At all. If Republicans get at least 20% of the black vote, then Georgia goes red by 5 points. Yeah. And it would actually start trending a bit Republican in that case, but you gotta see. Hey, Rap, do you think Tim Scott will run for South Carolina governor if Mark Robinson wins? I don't know why he would. At that point, he may just retire. I think he said he was gonna retire, but he decided to run again. So just gotta see. Hey, Rap, I just got out. What did I miss? Really nothing. Really didn't miss much. Average 2024 poll for Trump's black vote is 21% right now. Yeah. And you can go back and people try to, completely ignore history, but polling had it around Trump at 12%. It's when, in the final month, November or October of 2020, they had it on average Trump plus 12. When you average all of them together, Trump plus 12 with black votes. It was off by 2 points. They're making it, or 3 points, or whatever it was. They're trying to make it sound like it was a 20-point miss. They were saying the polls had the same stuff in 2020. No. Yeah, they had a slight underperformance, or overperformance of Trump, but they didn't have a 20-point miss like people are claiming. Hey, Rap, are you planning on talking about New York 3rd? Yes. I gotta wait and see on that one, though. I don't know every congressman. I was too occupied looking European politics. What? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know every congressman, too. It's impossible. I don't care who you are. You're not going to know every single congressman. It's just not going to happen. That's what, 435 congressmen? And 100 senators? Yeah. Not going to happen. Increasingly, white females are married to the government, too. Well, yeah. That's true, but... Ooh, hold on. We do got... Okay. Vivek Ramaswamy put out a statement. Okay. My theory might be right here. Okay, I see what he's trying to do, I think. Ramaswamy did post something. Alright. Presidential TV ad spending is idiotic. Low rate on investment in a trick that political consultants use to bamboozle candidates who suffer from low IQ. We're doing it differently. Spending money in a way that follows data. Apparently a crazy idea in U.S. politics. Big surprise coming on January 15th, which is the Iowa caucus. So, I think I know what he's trying to do here. You know, you have like 3 weeks left. But here's what I think's really going on here. I don't think he's going to drop out next week or something. It's not like the DeSantis campaign where they're just broke. Ramaswamy has plenty of money. This is a situation where I think Ramaswamy, he knows he's probably done. He's not going to win Iowa or New Hampshire, come in second or whatever. So I think he's trying the final 3 weeks, hey, instead of spending all this money on TV ads, which I've always said is not how you win elections, let's put this money towards revolutionary, ad spending. Or not ad spending on campaign purposes, such as probably social media a bit more. I'm trying to think of some other ones. Probably a ground game. Chat, what do you think he's spending this money on? I think it's something to do with social media. Because when he says targeted ads, that's what I think he means. Focus on social media stuff. Because with TV ads, yeah, it's good for name recognition, but that's about it. Doesn't really change the needle. Do you plan on live streaming the debate? Yes. January 15th, he is going to drop out and endorse Trump, I think. Well, that's Iowa caucus, so. He's trying something. He's going to try to get something really good in Iowa, which is not a good state for him. Whatever reason, Iowa's not been the best state for him. New Hampshire has, but yeah. I think Vivek drops out soon to unite around Trump. He's saying until Iowa. That's all he said. Social media. Yeah, I'm thinking it's social media stuff. I can't think of anything else. The abandoned TV spending with, which again, I have my opinions about. I don't think it's necessarily that good of an investment, especially this late in the game. Who'd be the next Huey Long? Probably Josh Hawley or JD Vance. But you're never going to get Huey Long again. He needs to be a governor. So, I don't know. I think Beto's just waiting for the right time. Beto's going to run again and get crushed. I hope it happens, but it's probably going to happen. He's going to run for something and get annihilated again. He's done. He's lost three straight elections. A Senate race in a blue wave. His presidential campaign was a travesty. And the governor election was a complete disaster. So, do you guys know all the state congressional members? Mine that I remember. Yeah, I remember all of them. So, or I should say there's one I can never remember. There's just one in particular I just can never think of. But I know most of them. Brian Steele, Grothman, Gallagher, Tiffany, and Van Orden. I can never remember his name. I should. It's Fitzgerald. Yeah, Fitzgerald. Thank you. Yeah, Fitzgerald's the other guy. So. Rap, who do you think is the Democrat version of Donald Trump? You really don't got one. You know, I mean, you need a wealthy businessman that bucks the party in issues. Nah, nothing like that in the Democrat Party. I mean, closest would probably be like... can't really think of one. Duster Carter for 2. Stacey Abrams is running 2026. She lost by 7.5. Is she running again? Please be true. Georgia governor. Oh my gosh, she actually expressing interest. She might actually run again. Honestly, I hope she does. I really hope that Stacey Abrams runs again. Be freaking hilarious. Bernie Sanders, yeah, but Bernie Sanders, kind of, but he doesn't have some of the traits Trump does. Let's see. Stacey gets slapped the 3rd time. I really hope she runs. Why run again? Real text politics for 2. Kwanzaa is fake. Happy Boxing Day. Yeah, I agree. Whoever even came with Kwanzaa, I still don't know what that is, really. I just know it's a scam. Missouri Congressman Cory Bush. Yeah, so you're just naming them at this point. Bernie sold out twice. I think Andrew Yang is Asian. I guess Yang was the closest. Yang was the closest to being a Democrat Trump, but he blew it. He became a shill for the establishment, and it blew up in his face. Has no political future except that scam, what is it, the Ford Party? Yeah, it's not going to do anything. Not going to work. Not going to work. Oh, we got some more breaking news. It's related to Melania Trump. Okay. You remember how all the Sims have said that, oh, Melania Trump doesn't want to be involved with this, and secretly, Melania Trump hates Donald? Well, look what the former First Lady is doing. Look at this. Melania Trump is planning to increase her public campaign appearances. Melania is planning to play a key role in her husband's presidential campaign. Remember when every dissimp was saying that Melania hated Trump, or hated Donald, I should say, that, oh, she just hated him, and, you know, she was never going to be involved again, and she didn't want to be involved. Yeah, so much for that. Breaking Bad. Again, Melania, I always was a fan of Melania. She was a great first lady. And so much for that theory, that she didn't support Trump's decision to run. That's a Carter for 2, Wisconsin maps. Will ours keep the Wisconsin state legislature, 6 Republicans? The congressional maps are saying the same. They didn't sue that. They sued the state legislator. State legislator, unless they split Madison 50 ways, they're going to keep the House. At least state legislator, so. Now that Kemp is gone, I will definitely be able to win again. I will definitely not lose against Purdue. It'll probably be Burt Jones, probably. MSM is full of it, yeah. Mainstream media and the Simps, they were all saying Melania had no interest in being part of this. So much for that. Rap, considering that breaking news happens anytime, would you consider a morning stream like 7? No. I did plan on... I did have a plan for this general election having like a morning stream, maybe. Like, not next year, you know, next November, maybe having one, but I hate morning streams. I don't know what about it, just, don't like them. Real text of politics for 2. Democrats are campaigning on Trump's body odor. Lol. What? I did not hear about that. So Republicans will keep the Wisconsin legislature regardless then, unless they split Madison 50 ways. Yes, they're keeping it. Michelle Obama ruined school lunches. Wow. You're telling me this for the first time. But yeah, unironically, she did. I don't know what she was trying to pull, but she did. And it didn't really work. Did a lot more damage than help for people. Let's see. What are your thoughts on Vivek? I don't think you've heard you talk about him much. I like him over Trump, and I think he'll be 15-20% in Iowa just due to double Grassley. I like Vivek. I just don't think he's gonna do much. So, what do you? Let's see. New Jersey governor race shifts right in the future. By how much do you think? For governor shifts, that's a bit chaotic, so I really can't answer that. But don't know. The Dems can't win Texas. Yeah, Dems are not going to win Texas. Dems are not going to win Texas, at least for the short term. Short term, they're not. But all right. I think I'm going to probably end the stream here. If you guys have any last second super chats, any more questions, concerns, whatever, send them now. We're forever go in peace. I think I'm going to end the stream here. Kind of went over redistricting and all that. Godsmack Error 69 for 5. Regardless, Vivek single-handedly made the debates entertaining. What was your favorite Vivek debate moment? When he called Christie fat. Dusher Corner for 2. Is Montana still trending Republican hard? Montana first Zinke. It's not trending really anywhere. It's just Montana. Kind of just sitting there. So, yeah. Minnesota will go red before Texas goes blue. That one, I don't know. That one, I don't think so. Don't know. Don't know. Charlie Howard for 5. I think Robinson will be a future presidential candidate in the near... Hold on. Will be a future presidential candidate in the near future. Would he win next year? I think he wins next year. I think he is running a campaign better than people think. People are not talking about it, but I think he's running a good campaign. It's my opinion. Chrissy eats opposition as a presumptive GOP nominee. That is real and true. That is the most realist statement I've heard today. That Chrissy ate his opposition. I mean, hey, according to Vivek, he was eating something behind the closed doors, so. I don't know what to say. Don't know. Gavin Newsom does have charisma, though. Newsom would get crushed in general. Stop for even DeSantis would win against him by a lot. It just Newsom is a California hack. Nobody's gonna appeal to that. Rap Obama lunches made school feel like prison. Yeah, that is real. I mean, it was just like there's basically like no food. It was like nothing. Nothing. It was like 2 pieces of bread and water. Congratulations, that's your lunch. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream here. I do gotta get going at some stuff. If you guys did enjoy this stream, if you guys do enjoy the streams overall, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. So yeah, I've had some fun with the stream, a little bit off topic here and there, but redistricting-wise, a lot of places we just gotta wait and see, and yeah. Well, Iron Range, Minnesota trends right in the future. Yeah, the Iron Range should trend right, but matter of how much. Have a great night, Rap. Hope you have a great night, and as always, looking forward to your next stream. Yep, we'll be back tomorrow. I got a plan for maybe... I wanted to talk about maybe... Tomorrow's stream, I don't know yet. Either nothing much or puke-inducing. Yeah, that's what it was. But, yeah. Thank you so much. Godspeed.